Alrighty, so we're playing 4 in a row, and now we are going to continue, but I wanted to stop and have a discussion as to, you see my setup. What color am I?
Yellow.
Yellow. What color is he?
Red.
My opponent is red, right? And so therefore, I have my objective and my goal is to what? Get 4 in a row. And so while I'm doing that, I have to play strategically and make sure that I'm playing where I need to know how to BLOCK block my opponent. Yes? I can see where your hands are, so I should see hands up on the tables because I see some of you are down underneath the tables doing some things. Yes? Yes. Okay, so now, not bad things, but you're messing with some things under the table, and I don't know what you're doing. So, moving on. What did I do to be able to win right now? And how many moves did I win in? I'm going to win in 5 moves. What did I do in 5 moves to win this? What did I do? What am I going to do right now to win? Yes. I'm going to multiply 8 times 8 to 64. And you're like, how can I do that when I can only move 1 paperclip? Well, I can move this paperclip to the same number. Yeah. So if I do that, that puts me where? What did I do beforehand to make sure that I was going to be able to do that? Because where was I? I wasn't on the 8 at first. Where were the paperclips at first? Before he moved to the 2, where were the paperclips?
6 and 7.
The 6 and the what? 7. And he had 42 as the product, yes? Now, I decided when I was looking at the board, I said, and this is because I really know how to play this, right? And he's never played before, and I'm teaching you how to play, and I didn't want to tell him what I'm doing. I wanted him to figure it out on his own, how to play strategically. So I said, okay, I see what's going on. He's really not getting how to block me. He's getting how to say the numbers and say the multiplication sentence and say the product, right? But he's not getting exactly how to block me, because if he was paying attention to blocking me, he would have done some blocking, because I'm still just racking him up, right? Right. So then I said, ooh, okay, you saw me. I stood here for a while, didn't I? And I said, let me think. And because I'm tired, it kind of took me a long time to kind of think, right? We talked about the brain this morning because I haven't had a lot of sleep, yes? Feet check. 3, 2, 1. You're going to play in just a second. Make sure you know exactly the rules, okay? Because you see how I moved in 5 moves and I'm done? That's because I know what I'm doing and I'm playing strategically, but my opponent doesn't. But if my opponent does know what I'm doing, then we might be going back and forth and have a lot of different moves, right? Like a chess game. So I decided to move it to the 8 because I needed a 64 and I need or 3 to get 4 in a row. Nothing I could do could give me a 3. I can move, if I move somewhere, I could have moved to a 1 and I could have done 1 times 6, right? I thought nothing can do, but that just hit me. And if I moved to the 1, that would have put me where? On a 6. And then if he still didn't know what he was doing, but then I'm taking a chance, right? Because he could take this 1 and move it back somewhere else, right? And then I can't move what he moves to the 3 to get it, right? So I took a chance when it was on the 6 and 7, and I said, I'm going to move to the 8. I'm trying it. I'll see. It can go either way. He takes it, and he moves it to the what? To the 2. Doesn't matter what he did if I'm on the 8, as long as he didn't take the what? The 8. As long as he didn't take the 8 away, I was good. So he didn't take the 8 away, so now I swoop in. Boop. 8 times 8 is 64. And I have 4 in a row. You can get 4 in a row diagonally, up, down, side to side. Either way, it does not matter as long as you have 4 in the row. Now, listen up. Listen up. Listen. Here's what happens if somebody's marker is already on your product. Say, for example, I did get this and I said, because there were multiple ones, right? Say, for example, I called this and this was 64, but he already was on it. If that happens, I have to come up with a new multiplication sentence. Okay? A total new one. I have to move the marker, one of the markers somewhere else. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay. Paper clips can be stacked on top of each other for number sentence such as 8 times 8. Ha! Coincidence. I hadn't even planned. Check this out. I hadn't even planned to use 8. I was just going with the flow just to play the game and just starting with whatever, right? And look what ended up being the one to be the example to do the double number. I could have used any number to show you that example, huh? Right. Right. I love that. Love that. Love that. Now let's read that last sentence. See, check. 3, 2, 1, go. If all products are covered moving only one paperclip, both may be picked up and placed on new numbers. Okay? So that means that if all the products have been covered and there's not any more left, you get to place them up, new game, start all over, and the winner usually is the one that goes first the next time. But if there's no winner, then therefore you can do rock, paper, scissors to figure out who goes first. Do we understand how to play?
Yes.
Are there any questions about how to play this particular game 4 in a row?
No.
Okay, are you ready to play this particular game 4 in a row?
Yes.
All right, so you may continue playing the game you've already started as I was teaching, and then let's see how many rounds. It's usually the best of 3 rounds of the game, but I don't think you'll be playing all day with that today, so you may not get in 3 rounds, but now you know. If it was a longer time, oh wait, hold on. I don't talk over you. I haven't told you to go yet. I'll wait. So usually it's the best out of 3 to be the winner of the whole thing, okay? Sometimes we have tournaments where we play, and then the best out of 3, all the people who win the best out of 3, then they play, and then it dwindles down into the tournament until we have the top multipliers the top game players in the playoffs. So, right. Are we ready to begin now? Okay. So since you're new, you don't know that we don't drink in the classroom. The only thing you get to have at the classroom is water. So just make sure you, from this day forward, just make sure it's water, okay? All right. At the desk, you can keep that, but on the shelf in the back with the top on. All right. You may be in. Let me see. Are you ready to go? Yes. You have a question, comment?
He said that the Patriots are going to make it to the Super Bowl and they already lost the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, they're gone. They're out. Whoop, 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 whoop. Patriots are out. All the Patriots fans who are listening when you watch this, I'm not going to apologize for them being out. He's being very strategic. That's a mathematician.
Yeah. Dang it.
2 times 8, 16. Times 8, 24.
Go with 10.
Okay.
This one's yours.
4 and 8. I'm at the clock.
12. 6 times 6. No, I had no more counters.
Alright. You go.
Anybody else have more than one game down? How many best out of you tied?
2 to 0.
0.
2 times 4 equals 8.
1 and 1. Or 1 and 0. Anybody else? 1 and 0. 5 times. 2 0.
5 times.
0.
Thinking mode. Oh, my back hurts.
Okay.
Think strategic. 2 times 2 times 4. No. 2 times 6.
Now, hands and eyes. Let's make something very clear. Once you move it to that particular number, you could not move it back and say, okay, wait. No. Now, if you just want to take your finger and do that, but then you're letting your opponent know what? Where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Your opponent is not supposed to know where you're going, right? So, where does all that thinking need to take place?
In your head.
In your head before you, in your brain, in your big brain, before you move on. Okay? Because once you move it and it touches that number, that's it. It stays there. Okay?
I'm gonna keep it at 2.
All right, continue.
16.
Bro, this kid thinks 9 times 7 is 16.
I know it's 16.
Oh my god, curves like that. Oh, there's a big way.
You gotta be great.
16? 16. Oh no.
No, there's a way you can win.
There's a way you can win too.
You need to figure out how you can win.
Oh no.
It's a battle, huh?
Oh, it's my turn?
We'll watch your battle later.
I don't know. I'll do 1 times 3 times 3.
Oh, yes. Okay, I can block you now. Okay, 5. Wait.
You can't block me.
That's
6.
ooh, 5 times 7.
No, you can't move mine.
Oh, wait, yeah. I could
This is already 15.
So, I could move.
You already moved yours.
I could. Wait,
Yeah, you already moved this one.
I could move this
No,
one to
this
5
one's
and then
mine.
mine. This one's mine, so I can move it.
No, you can only move yours.
No, because you can move other players. That's what she did over there.
No.
She moved both of them.
No.
Yeah, no.
That cannot. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You can't do that. You already put out the 5.
Okay,
So it's 15. And CCG Giant 7, 5, 35. I won 3 in a row. I just clapped Ryan. I just need to win this time and then the next round.
I told you. You can't
Miss
do that.
McDaniel, right? You said that your opponents, you can't move too?
Okay, so what happened? Describe. What happened?
Because
Because at 5, he moved his to 5, and then he was going to move mine to 7 where he could block you, but you can't move 2.
Okay, so he was on 5.
Yeah, like first he was on 9.
Move it back to 9 so I can see what happened.
Alright, he was on 9 and I was at 3.
Mm-hmm.
So he moved it to 5. He was gonna move mine to 7. We could block him.
So he was going to, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So now it's your turn to
And then
move.
he got it.
And then he moved, and then now he blocked it. All right. So who is the winner of? You got 3 in a row. Oh, so you are the champ. You are undefeated 3 in a row. All right. So we have one person that is 3 in a row that is undefeated, and they did it, and he did it in 15 minutes. Because that's how long you've had to play, is 15 minutes. So basically, almost about an average of 5 minutes a match.